Good afternoon, Nicetown. I say good afternoon, Nicetown. Good afternoon. All right, that's much better. My name is Dave Perry. I'm the Commissioner of the Department of Licenses and Inspections. I welcome you to today's press conference announcing the rollout of an enforcement initiative aimed at removing the illegal, unsightly, overflowing, blight-inducing clothing bins that have proliferated across the city, especially along our streets and sidewalks. We are joined today by our partners in this effort, including Councilwoman Cindy Bass, the Nicetown CDC, Streets Department, Commerce Department, and the Managing Director's Office. We often refer to Fairmount Park as the city's backyard, and we guard it as the treasure that it is. We often forget, however, that the streets and sidewalks are the city's front yard. Today's message from all of us is simple. We will not tolerate blight on our front steps. Not on our front steps. To kick off today's press conference, please join me in giving a very warm welcome to the City of Philadelphia's Chief Executive, our Mayor, Mayor James F. Kenney.
Thank you very much, and as you can tell, I'm struggling with trying to get over this cold I've had for at least a week now. Commissioner Perry said it took him 6 weeks to get rid of his, and I hope I'm shorter period of time. But obviously, this is a mess, and we have enough messes in our communities as it is without asking for additional mess. And I want to thank Nicetown CDC for their work, and especially Councilwoman Bass for her constant vigilance when it comes to the quality of life in her district. She really does pay attention to it every single day, and her office is always on the phone with our folks trying to get things done the right way. So I want to commend the Commissioner and the Streets Department for L&I and Streets, and our Councilwoman for taking care of business, because this is what it is. I mean, we have lots of problems in our communities, and when we can get rid of one as unsightly as this, that's what we need to do. So without any further effort to my voice or to your ears, Councilwoman Bass.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It's such a pleasure to be here today. I'm so very excited, and I want to first start by a round of thank yous to Commissioner Perry for really, pressing this forward, and also Commissioner Donald Carlton, who I know also was under the weather, and thank you so much for being here for sanitation and L&I. We really need you and your support for enforcement, but also for our mayor, Jim Kenney, who was one of the members of City Council when we passed this bill last year, and who was a strong supporter of it then and has maintained that strong support for such a long time. So I really want to say those thank yous, and also to the community for being vigilant about this issue and finding out ways that we can address it. I think this is something that is fixable. So many of the issues in our community are very complicated. This isn't complicated. We just want to get rid of these bins. On our way over here, we drove by, we did a quick detour and saw a bin that we're going to be referring to you, Commissioner. And if you think that was bad, oh, that's nothing compared to what we just saw just a few blocks from here. And so we look forward to having that cleaned up as well. I introduced the bill that would address these issues after hearing from my constituents, and also from seeing and personally observing the blight that these bins bring to our community. Our bill provided a level of regulation that did not exist before regarding the placement and ownership of the bins, and to stop the laissez-faire attitude regarding bin dropping that was coming to a street corner near you. Neighbors would wake up, and right next to them overnight, someone would come in the middle of the night and drop a bin right next door to their home. No one asked for them. No one is requesting. Did anybody here request a bin in their neighborhood? God, let me just be clear before I say that. But as far as I know, no one requests these bins. No one asked. Machida, did you raise your hand? But nobody requests these bins. No one's looking for them. No one says they beautify their neighborhood. They're great for the community. Look at what an asset they are. They're an eyesore. They're a problem. They're very much problematic. And so we look forward to the stepped up enforcement of the commissioners and for seeing some of these bins removed from our community. I think also a lot of times people think that these bins are nonprofit, not necessarily the case, and also that the clothes will be sourced locally, that these are operations that will be happening locally, that they'll be provided to people in our neighborhoods, which is also not the case. And so, we've done a lot, I think, to make sure that people understand all the facts behind it, and we're going to continue to do more. And I just really want to thank everyone for being here today and for your support of this very important quality of life issue. So thank you.
Okay, next I want to introduce Keith Warren from the Streets Department. The Streets Department obviously is a key partner in this initiative. Keith and his crew will provide the muscle to remove these bins from the city streets. Round of applause for Keith Warren.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Keith Warren, and I'm the Chief of Operations of the Sanitation Division of the Streets Department. The Commissioner could not be here this morning. He's feeling under the weather. He apologizes. We'd like to thank LNI and Councilwoman Bass for inviting us to be partners in this important venture to clean up these bins. Currently, there are about 70 of these bins placed around the city, and I have a crew that will be working in conjunction with LNI to help clean up the bins. As you know, the Streets Department devotes a lot of time and resources to helping keep the city clean, as per our motto, clean and safe streets. We are glad to assist with these quality of life issues, as Commissioner Perry said. We often think about the backyard, but we don't observe the things right in front of our faces. These illegal bins are a blemish and blight on the city, and the Streets Department is glad to do our part to help clean them up. Thank you.
Okay, next up, I'd like to call to the microphone Mashida Rashid to say a few words. She's the Chief Operating Officer for the Nicetown CDC.
Thank you, everybody. This is a great day. I just want to make sure that we thank all of our great mayor, our councilwoman, who we can't do these things without. Our councilwoman points some things out, and we have to make sure we get on point. We work in direct cooperation with our councilwoman and her great staff, Patrick Jones, and everybody that we needed to help pull some things together to identify some of the clothing bins in our area alone. So we want to make sure we point that out, that we work together in this neighborhood. And I also want to point out some of our community people that we have here. We have Barbara Ledbetter here. She's the president of our NAC Neighborhood Advisory Subcommittee. Barbara. We also have Joe McFadden here, who's also from the Block Captain Committee in Nicetown. And we have Mr. Arthur Bartley here. He's also a Neighborhood Advisory Subcommittee member. These are all members that work together to do a lot of putting together cleanups. We spend a lot of time on cleanups. And as we said, these bins attract trash. You know, they're short dumping sites, and it's just really ridiculous. So we have to work in cooperation with our NAC coordinators. One of our NAC coordinators, John, who's been working with Karen and some other people to help pull this off, is not here today. He's under the weather, as a lot of people are. But our Travis Sellers is here. He's our NAC coordinator. And I also want to acknowledge the CEO of the Nicetown CDC, who keeps us all on point, Zachariah Abdurrahman. And we want the mayor and Councilwoman Bass to know we are happy. We are happy today in Nicetown. Because we know we got Commissioner Perry here. He doesn't like those bins either. So we've been working very, very well with Commissioner Perry for some time on numerous things, but it's good to know that we can all work together, and we have the support of the mayor, our councilwoman, and Commissioner Perry working in cooperation with the stakeholders on the ground. We can't ask for more. We will keep on keeping on. Thank you.